Understanding the phrase, throwing the bird, a guide to slang in English. Hello everyone, in today's video, we'll dive into a fascinating aspect of the English language, slang phrases. Specifically, we're going to explore the meaning and usage of the phrase, throwing the bird. This is a common slang expression that might be confusing for English language learners, so let's demystify it together. Throwing the bird is a slang phrase that essentially means making a rude hand gesture. This gesture involves raising the middle finger of one hand, typically as an offensive or disrespectful sign. It's important to note that this phrase and the gesture it describes are considered inappropriate and disrespectful in many social contexts. The origins of throwing the bird are somewhat unclear, but it's believed to have emerged in the 20th century. The middle finger gesture itself has a much longer history, dating back to ancient times. In modern times, using this gesture or referring to it as throwing the bird is typically associated with expressing anger, frustration, or defiance. However, it's not acceptable in formal or polite settings and can be seen as offensive. When using this phrase in conversation, it's usually done in a casual or informal context. You might hear someone say, "He was so angry that he ended up throwing the bird at the other driver." This indicates that the person showed the middle finger, probably out of anger. Remember, while it's useful to understand this phrase, using it or the gesture it describes is generally frowned upon. As an English language learner, it's crucial to understand the cultural context of slang. Throwing the bird is a clear example of a phrase that's culturally sensitive. Different cultures have different norms regarding gestures and their meanings. What might be a harmless gesture in one country could be highly offensive in another. I hope this video has shed light on the meaning and usage of throwing the bird in the English language. Remember, understanding slang is part of learning the nuances of a language, but always be mindful of the cultural context and appropriateness of using such phrases and gestures. Thank you for watching, and stay curious about language and culture.